Hi, I'm Gigi,
And I'm Mimi.
and this is Love Island
Island
Tea
Tea Time.
Time. Sleepy times. We're having a
Honestly,
hard one this morning. My gosh.
no, truly, because I'm in all the feelings. I think Mercury retrograde is stirring up some things.
Ooh.
I went to bed late. My tummy hurts. He's in love
Is
with her.
I'm sorry. Oh. The panic? Who? What? What? Huh?
I am
Oh
having blood
God.
troubles, but whatever.
I could have told you that for free.
I always have some
Somebody
issues.
troubles.
Somebody troubles.
I already canceled this one
Yeah, she did. She did. And
weeks ago.
yeah, I know. Anyway,
It's fine.
let's cancel these Islanders instead.
Oh my God.
Because what the hell's going on in here?
I don't
Truly.
know. I think we're the only people seemingly. I mean, I saw one person who said they don't like Julia or Lola, but I think we might be some of the only people who are not Team Julia. I don't
I'm
get it.
sorry. I
I'm
will
so
never
sorry,
be.
everybody. I've been
I'm not
trying.
on
I've
that
been
team.
genuinely trying. I've been like,
So have I.
what is she? Da, da, da. But just imagine you're in some sort of roommate friend group situation. Somebody brings this thing up that's brand new to the group. You don't really have any reason to trust them or whatever. They not only bring something up, but they bring it up in a really aggressive way. And then, granted, you're annoyed because the person in your friend group totally takes the bait and is aggressive back. And
Mm-hmm.
then you think that person shuts it down, is like, I don't want to talk about this. And that's like your friend, like it's already established this person is your friend, regardless of whether or not from the outside other people like them. And then this new person, again, brings it up again. And then you think it's shut down. And then 3 or 4 days later, semi-unprovoked, and after you and that person and their partner has made the decision to not name this couple, you bring up this couple again and get into it with them again about the exact same thing. I don't understand why she's so dug in about something that, again, we have no evidence of. It's the main reason. Like, if Fitzy had been, like, clearly fucking around and caused some more, I'd be like, get her. Like, say more. Say more. I agreed with her
Mm-hmm.
more about stuff she said about Simba. Not
Yeah.
100,000%, but I agreed with her more, and I was like, okay, fair enough. Call him out. Say it. But the fact that she and also everyone's like they're bullying her because they all picked her for the wouldn't want to go on a double date thing, but I'm like, would you want to go on a double date with that person in the friend group at this point? Like
Okay. Everyone needs to calm down.
I, I first of all, I don't think it's that serious in the first place. I think that Lola's losing her mind and she's been totally baited, and this is like gotten whatever dark corner of her emotions there is, because she's been going absolutely nuts, and I'm kind of like, girl, you need to calm down. People are about to send you home. Um,
Absolutely.
but as far as like totally protecting Julia and everyone being like, she's the queen, give her all the money, whatever. I'm just like very confused. I'm very confused. I don't think it's that. I don't think the way other people feel about her right now is that out of pocket. Because she's not nice about it. That's for sure. And that's fine. You don't have to be nice. But it's not like she's going like, I'm worried about you. This is what
Mm-hmm.
happened. Like, it doesn't seem to be coming from a place of she cares about Lola, which is also, again, fine. But, like, where it originates from seems like a negative place, which is why
Truly.
I can't get behind it. But
Truly.
also, like,
And
now it just seems like she's just trying to get her lick back at Lola for Lola being bitchy to her even more so. And again, when Julia came into that house and immediately called Jasmine a bitch, she lost me.
Yeah, well, that was her first strike for me when she first came in the house and then called Jasmine a bitch and said that Jasmine had sort of no merit to act the way that she was acting, even though she didn't really act crazy. Strike
Mm.
one. Strike two, and the biggest red flag, you know me, is when her and Martha sat down and proclaimed themselves to be girls. When you do that, you're not a girl's girl. It's honestly like a subconscious thing where you're thinking like, I need to reiterate the fact that I'm a girl's girl, even though I'm not a girl's girl, because I know I'm not a girl's girl. Like,
Mm.
just stop that, first of all. And then, like, my thing is, no, Lola is not coming at it from an even better place than she should. Lola could kill them with kindness, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Lola could be the bigger person and just be like, and take Fitzy's advice and not even acknowledge it. Don't even acknowledge the discussion, the conversation, walk away. You don't have to engage. I truly don't understand Julia. I don't understand why she keeps picking this fight. And it is a differentiation in morals. Just because clearly Martha and Julia would move about that same way that they did in Casa doesn't mean Lola would. And that's Lola's argument, is like, just because you would do it doesn't mean I would. And that's where you have to agree to disagree. And they just can't seem to do that.
Yeah. Absolutely. I don't think I was that way. I mean, to be fair, I've seen plenty of bombshells come and go, and there have been plenty of them that sit down. The first question they ask people is, "Are you open?" And then if someone says, "No, I'm not open," they go, "Oh, okay, that's sweet, blah, blah, blah." Have a regular conversation, move about their way. That is not abnormal in bombshell world
Mm-hmm.
at all. It's happened plenty of times. But it's also not abnormal to go after the person, to still kind of try and see what it is. There's been bombshells that pick people who are really happy, and everyone sits there shocked and goes, "Why the fuck would you do that? Blah, blah, blah." And sometimes it is like, "Why the fuck would you do that?" And other times it's like, "Well, actually he was putting out a little bit of energy." But yeah, I'm waiting to be proven wrong. I There was something about, I can't remember if I said this yesterday, something on Unseen Bits where he took her shoes off or put her shoes on in Casa Amor when she was trying to flirt with him, or when according to her they were flirting with each other. And then I saw just a little bit of the clip, and that she said, "Oh, so now you're undressing me." And then he went, "That's going to be taken so out of context," was his response. So to
Mm.
me, right now, the only thing that I've seen a bit of doesn't seem like he was reciprocating like that. So I don't know. Although he did really concern me when he said to Yulia, "We had a good time in Casa Amor and great crack and all that, blah, blah, blah." I was like,
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I don't know if he was talking about like their just chats in general or just because of the
Yeah.
group dynamic. Like, as a group, we had a good time. I'm not trying to take Fitzy's words out of context.
It
Yulia's
did just
whole
sound odd in the moment.
Truly, and Yulia's whole argument of like, you should be mad at your partner and not me, is like, but my partner's not doing anything. He's just sitting here, and you're telling me that he's behaving, or he behaved in a certain way, and like they've already discussed between the two of them. It's like, I don't know what more Yulia wants besides like hearing, we've already discussed it, we've moved on from it, you're not moving on from it.
Yeah. And everyone in the house seems to feel the same. It's like they want her to move on from it. And there are a couple of people's like, "You don't understand why she's so angry. She's so angry because you keep bringing up that she shouldn't trust her partner and that she should be angry at her partner." I would be pissed at that too, was what like Priya said or somebody else said. And so I understand. And like, to be fair, a few people named other people for who they wouldn't want to go on double dates with and stuff. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I personally wish we could also stop talking about it. Um it's just at this point, like, I truly don't care anymore. They're both being ridiculous at this point, truly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that either of them is handling it maturely.
No.
Clearly it's causing, I think if we were coming at a side of like who's going to win this game, I think Julia's winning at this point because
Oh,
it is
100%.
causing some friction between Lola and Fitz, where she's like, I don't want you to engage with this person at all. And because he wanted to pull her for a chat, and he somehow found his crazy weird loophole of pulling her for a chat. And
The way they
they
sat there
have,
and had that whole conversation, Lorenzo between them not saying a goddamn word.
I know. And it's just awkward now at this point because they're seeing now that they handle conflict differently. Like, Fitzy is the type to want to have a conversation through it, and Lola is more like, I'm going to say my piece, shut it down, and walk away.
Yeah, I think Lola also wasn't recognizing that Fitzy really wanted to defend her. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the other part of it, because he even said to Yulia, he's like, I don't care about what you've been saying or that you want to express your opinion. I care that you've been upsetting Lola and that you've been being rude to Lola, which I think is totally fair points. Like I said, I don't think she's coming at it from a kind place. I don't think she was at any point really being nice about it. Um, and also, honestly, I have an easier time defending people who want to light the villa on fire, who just admit that they just want to light the villa on fire. Ekin Su from season 8, icon. Adored her. Like, when she was just like, I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna do whatever I want. And people are like, we know what she's doing. And I was like, I don't care. It's really fun to watch. And also, she's like, basically admitted, like, in like confessionals at least, and from her general energy, that she's just trying to be crazy. And that's fine. It's fun for a little while. But like if Yulia moved on to other people or something, because I am starting to think that it's just coming from a weird place. I don't know. This is hard.
Yeah, it's very difficult, especially because you and I'm sure maybe I'm coming at it from both sides. You and I always applaud very opinionated, strong women.
Jasmine.
Whereas in this case, I'm not saying her opinion is wrong. Everyone's entitled to her opinion. I'm just saying there's a time and a place, and you live in a villa and you see people, the same people every day.
And
Like,
your partner is best friends with this couple. He has said over and over
exactly.
again that these are people he's really close with. And also, don't you think if he had seen it too, he would have backed it up?
Yeah.
Because Lorenzo doesn't give a fuck. Like, truly.
No, he
Lorenzo loves
doesn't.
watching shit get fucked up too. So,
Well, he was laughing. He was like smirking through the whole
exactly.
thing. But for everyone being like, "Oh, Julia is, great. She always gives her opinions. I don't understand why it's not the same consensus for Jasmine."
Hmm.
And yes, you can express your opinions, but like I've said before, in this particular situation, in this show, I feel like you really need to pick and choose your battles. Some battles are not worth fighting for, and Julia had something to say in every category, like literally everyone.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
just like, okay, we get it. You have thoughts. Do you need to always say them? No.
Yeah. I think us also, it came off weird because also this was a mean version of this game. I feel like usually there's 2 or 3 nice questions, and then they start getting into mean questions. Not one nice question, and all the rest of them are mean. So, and I think a lot of people did a really good job of being super diplomatic about it.
Mm-hmm.
And just being like, there's obvious reasons why we picked you, blah blah blah, whatever, or being really, really nice and trying to like put a spin on it. Like Lola worked real hard to put a spin on it for Simba. About
She
caring
did.
about appearances. She worked so hard to the point where I was almost like, girl, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Simba shouldn't have been that upset about that question. It's fine.
No, he really shouldn't have been. Also, here's the chart you asked for.
Incredible. Incredible. Since apparently no one can see the video right now, I'm so sorry we're working on it. Um, she has a perfectly arranged chart of what questions were asked, which couples responded with who.
Yes.
It is impressive. I knew it would happen. I knew it.
I just love a
I
chart.
You do love a chart. You're a school teacher, so you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I did just go to the Instagram post and write down who got voted the most for everything.
Mhm.
Ellie and Finley, most genuine connection, or voted the couple by the most people who have a really genuine connection. Totally agree. I feel like Lola and Fitzy must have been chomping at the bit about that one.
Yeah.
But I feel like most of the votes were a little all over the place. There was always like 2 or 3 people that had other opinions. So, and
Mhm.
then an amount of that many people, that's a decent chunk of people who have a differing point of view. Um, I do like Ellie and Finley. They're talking about, you know, how they're always looking for each other. Also, by the way, somebody was making use of that extra bedroom last night.
That's true.
They had that private bedroom to themselves, and they showed that video of those sheets, and I was like, oh, okay.
And then Finley said the house has been built.
They were like, if you were building a house, what would you say? The house has been built. They're
Perfect.
hilarious with their ways of not saying whatever's actually gone on. Love Island
Yeah.
USA, everyone's saying too much of exactly what's going on. I don't need to know that much. It's
What?
fun. I love their like little metaphors and stuff. It's really cute and adorable, and everyone's like giggling about it. Just, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're really cute.
I
Lorenzo
agree. I
and
love them.
oh,
They're my
sorry.
winners. Sorry. They're
I
my
think they are
winners.
the winners at this point. I think that they're gonna get voted. If Ellie is still maintained the opinion of being favorite girl, they're gonna be voted to win.
Mhm.
And they do seem the most genuine.
Yes.
And then Lorenzo and Julia got the double date thing. To be fair, I think there are a couple people you would want to not go on a double date with. I had one of the biggest laughs of my life when Simba and Angie said, you guys, to Lola and Fitzy, you guys like High School Musical and we like
We like,
rappers. And I was like, you literally just said they're too white for you.
yes. I was like, in a nicer way, I would have been like, there's just some cultural differences. I feel like we wouldn't have much to talk about.
Incredible. Incredible
But
work.
I hear that, Angie, and you know what? Good for you for being honest. It's like, okay, fair enough, I guess.
Oh my gosh. Um, but yeah, Lorenzo and Julia got the double date thing and least likely to work. I don't know. Who would you not want to take on a double date in that house at this point? I feel like Priya and Aidan, TBH.
Well, you
Do
know what?
not want to go on a double date with them.
I actually wouldn't mind Aiden because I like Priya now. Priya's really grown on me, and I feel like I could tolerate Aiden just because I am a school teacher and I work with students with ADHD every day. So I know how to handle those types of people that are just very out of pocket. And he would probably ask me for a kiss at the end of the night, and I'd be like, "Get out of here, you dirty dog," you know.
Please.
But honestly, no, I would not want to go on a date with. You know what's sad is that people's reasoning for Julia and Lorenzo was not because of Lorenzo. It was because of Julia.
Yeah.
Literally, most people said it's nothing against you, Lorenzo. It's just Julia. You seem to be very opinionated and blah 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 and all of these things. And I'm like, but if we're gonna be honest, I could tolerate Julia and Lorenzo. I would not want to go on a double date with Martha and Jordan. Sorry.
Oh, actually, you're right. I wouldn't want to go on a double date with Martha and Jordan either. I feel like Martha is actually nastier than Julia. Oh my God. Can
Yes.
we talk about
Wait.
this girl? Okay.
Let's get through the categories first, and then we can
Okay,
talk
okay,
about
okay.
her.
Lorenzo and Julia were also given least likely to work. Hard agree. I mean, I don't think Martha and Jordan are gonna work either, but I think
No.
Julia and Lorenzo are on 2 different pages. I also couldn't believe Julia also lost me a little bit when she was defending herself and Lorenzo, and she was like, he is doing the little actions. And I was like, I just saw you like an hour and a half ago say that he's not doing the little actions. So what are you talking about? So that rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, I literally just saw you tell him he's not doing the little things and you need him to do more of the little things. And then
Mm-hmm.
everybody knew about it somehow
Yeah.
already. And then you sat there and went, no, he is doing those things. They're coming. And I'm like, are you well?
Okay.
Do you
No.
remember the conversation you just had? And also, I don't know that you, sorry, not you, Julia. I don't know that Lorenzo's relationship with anyone would work on the outside. He has no track record to stand up on.
Very true. And put some distance in the mix, I don't think it would work.
Yeah. I was cackling when he told her he wouldn't make her coffee. He said, I made a promise to myself. And I was like, fucking please. Fucking please. He takes
Making
this shit
coffee,
seriously.
his love language, that's how he shows love, is making coffee, and he doesn't love anyone, so he's not gonna make coffee.
You know who he made a coffee on like week 1?
Jasmine.
That's right. And an entire breakfast. Just
So
saying.
just
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 saying.
putting that there.
I don't know, y'all. But he did. He made her coffee. Oh, wait,
I mean,
actually, sorry. He didn't make her a coffee. I lied. He said he wanted to make her a coffee, but he wasn't sure if coffee was vegan.
oh, you're right. I do remember this. But it's the thought that genuinely counts with this man. It truly is. The fact that he even gave it a thought.
Yeah, for real. But this is just like the running theme with Lorenzo. Give me more affection. Give me more attention. Show me that you like me more. Da, 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 da. And then him going, I don't do that.
I only do that at nighttime.
I show affection at night.
And I reciprocate those affections when we're in bed.
Yeah. Yeah. And I even saw someone point out that Yasmin was crying about how she just wants to be able to get a cuddle from Lorenzo when she's upset and she feels like she can't get that from him. And then he said, you could just ask me. Also, I'm like, girl, how's he supposed to know you're upset? You disappeared into the bedroom and laid there and cried. Like, you didn't say anything to him. You didn't tell him you were upset, at least from what we saw. And then he said, you could have just asked me. And then Jasmine was outwardly, obviously crying in front of him, said, I can't stop crying. And so he took her away. He had his arm wrapped around her, and then it's not like he sat there and held her while she cried, because also, frankly, I don't think she wanted to be. So I think Lorenzo really is the rock. It's hard to get something out of him, but when he's giving it, he's giving it.
True. I mean, just the other day, he was there for my girl. And
Exactly.
he showed some emotion, and he showed it on his face. Like, he looked like he wanted to hit Kevin. And I was like, please hit him.
Ah, truly. Also, not his answer being for the double dates. I think I would actually have a lot of fun on this double date, but we probably shouldn't go.
Yes. That's just a very Lorenzo answer.
It's
Every answer he gave, I was like,
such
that's so him.
so him. Let's see.
Least sexual chemistry was Martha and Jordan.
And they're also the most one-sided couple. I know. I think that
Yes.
I think that Aidan and Priya are maybe more one-sided, but then it seemed to have gotten squashed at the fire pit that him and Martha are not trying it anymore, but still, I hope that I would like to see Priya give him a talking to.
I don't think that they're not going to crack on anymore. I think Aiden's going to wiggle his way in after this game and be like, what was that? Like, what are you talking about? Like, we just. But either way, I think Jordan made a mistake. I think Mara should have stayed and Martha should have gone.
Obviously.
And I'll stand by that. Because
Yeah.
I don't understand what Martha offers to the connection. Because even Jordan said, I picked you. And then you went and immediately pulled Aidan to the terrace. You didn't even talk to me or say hello or anything before you did all
She
that.
didn't even immediately pull him to the terrace. She went and crazy interrupted his conversation with Priya. Also, please, if I ever go up to a man that I have any interest in, while he's sitting with a woman with her full legs over his lap, completely cuddled up and go, "Excuse me, can we talk? Sorry for interrupting. Just somebody knock me out. Just chloroform me, drag me out of the room. What are we doing?" That was
Yeah,
crazy work.
you were supposed to say just punch me in the stomach. Gigi and I have this running joke of like, if I ever do this, just punch me in the stomach.
Okay, then punch me in the stomach, like,
I
just terrible.
that was, and I really thought so. Aidan
Oh,
pulled her the second time, but
yes.
that's what I was talking about. Sorry. So I take back what I said about him or her pulling Aidan. Whatever. They
But she
chatted.
did immediately go looking for him.
That's true. She did immediately go looking for Aidan, and I thought she was going to yell at
Lorenzo said,
first.
"Don't do it." Not Lorenzo giving good advice.
And she was like, actually, I could do whatever I want. Yes, you can, but it's going to make you look bad. Please do not. No one's ever yelled at the terrace to gain the attention of somebody that's on there. And it was just so
Never seen
incredibly
it.
awkward. I was like, you need to relax. I don't understand. I think it's like an ego thing for Martha. We can
Oh,
get
she
into it.
only wants him because she doesn't have him now. For
Right.
100,000%. He literally sat there and said, "Well, she's like, so you don't want me because I'm not affectionate and I'm not loud." And he's like, "Well, yeah." And then they're leaving and he goes, "Give me a hug." She goes, "You know I don't like hugs."
Literally proving his point.
Ma'am? Hello?
She was so upset by the fact that qualities about herself that he pointed out were the reason why he didn't want to or he was kind of turned off in a sense. And she's like, you made it seem like it was my fault. And I'm like, it's not necessarily your fault. It's just
She
who
just
you
doesn't like
are.
you like that.
And who you are is not who he's looking for. He wants someone that's cuddly and going to be all over him. And you're literally like, I don't like hugs.
I just think that Aidan and Priya have really broken my brain. I'm like, for real?
I
For
don't know.
real.
I'm going to let it happen. I kind of like it.
I kind of like it too, but at the same time, I'm just like, girl, why are we doing this? Why? Oh, we
I
know
don't
why. There's
know.
no one else. Got it, got it, got it.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. Well, they just see, obviously, because they were friends at first, they are seemingly really comfortable with each other. She was comfortable enough to put, her legs over his lap. They were
And
kind of
they
like
were
holding
really macking
hands.
down. They were
They
really
were.
macking down. They were kissing, kissing, kissing. She
Yeah.
uses so
So
much tongue. Saw so much
I
of her
don't,
tongue.
and even in the kissing challenge, like sometimes, like I say all the time, less is more.
um, okay, what else? Oh, Simba and Angelista care the most about how they're perceived. Yulia kind of had me, but she also lost me. I saw people going, "Clock Simba's tea." Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know that he actually 1000% did everything he did because he wants to be perceived well on TV. Because I think he behaved too poorly to want to be perceived well on TV. Like, even with the conversations he had with Mara at first, even with the first conversations he had with Angelista, and the fact that he thought he could get to know both of them, I'm not certain. I do think he had kind of freaked out. I think he cared more about how he's being perceived by Angelista than by the public, but whatever. She's on that man's neck, so I don't think anyone else needs to be. Personally, she made him hold her hair.
That iconic. She said, "Hold my hair while I eat my breakfast that you made me, and you can have some after I'm done."
He said, "Can I have a bite?" She said, "After I've had mine."
Yeah.
And then she said, "Let's go over this again." He goes, "So, kissing inside of challenges, no tongue." Okay, maybe a little bit of tongue. And she went, "No."
No. At least they're talking about boundaries, I guess.
It's not too early for boundaries anymore.
Definitely not.
It
Definitely
was
not.
it was so iconic because even when he gave his speech, she was kind of rolling her eyes and he started getting emotional and she was like, I don't know about this. Da 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 da. And I just love her for really, she's not letting him off easy, and I love it. Unlike some people who are like, yeah, you deserve to be on the daybeds. And he was like, I suffered so much. Kevin. You know who's not talking about how much they suffered on the daybeds? Simba.
Yeah, because Simba knows better than to do that.
I
Because he
just,
knows he deserved to be out there.
yeah. I think some people were mentioning that Jasmine was really paying a lot of attention to looking to how Kevin was reacting during the challenge. And also, like, it seemed like she was distancing herself from Lorenzo for him and all this. And it's like, I'm just scared that it's exactly the relationship that I thought it was going to be, which is where she just does whatever he wants and totally bends to his will to make sure that he's happy all the time. I don't think Jasmine deserves that. I think she deserves to be in a partnership, not to be like serving someone and their wants and needs 24/7.
Yeah, I worry about her as well. But again, you just gotta let her learn from her mistakes. I think they were right in feeling like they were going to be voted least likely to work on the outside.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I mean, I understand the Lorenzo Julia thing, but I don't think it's going to work on the outside. I think Kevin is going to have all of these expectations, and I think eventually, at some point, it'll be too much for Jasmine,
Yeah.
especially when she has her family and her sister to back her and be like, did you forget who you were?
Literally. Literally. Mark my words. If Jasmine and Lorenzo are single in 6 months, they will be on All Stars. They will send them both into All Stars.
Oh, please. Send him in. I'd watch that show in a heartbeat. I'm going to watch it anyway, but I'd be
The way I
sacked.
the way I just had to give my cat the dirtiest look because he was scratching my bed, and I just turned around and looked at him, and he stopped. And this is how you know that they're very, very smart.
Oh, yeah.
You
Absolutely.
little
I think,
terror.
oh, Ollie.
Mm. Oh,
Um,
now he's gone. Okay, la 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 la
I
la.
wanna, let's talk about the Martha of it all because I got some things to say.
I just think Martha and Yulia bring out the worst in each other. Speaking of, someone was like, I'm so glad someone's there finally sharing their opinions and being like, having a different opinion because all these girls just tell each other that they're right and back each other up. And I was just like, what do you think that Martha and Yulia are doing? Neither of them are telling the other that they're wrong whatsoever or giving another opinion whatsoever. They're both just going, yeah.
Yeah. Um, I don't like the way Martha has been behaving. I think it's strange. I think it's rubbing me the wrong way that she can't understand why Aidan chose Priya. It's like a big thing for her. And it's just like, so what, he didn't choose you. And I'm guessing you're so used to being chosen, but just like with the whole least sexual chemistry thing and her arguing like he didn't even, you know, mention you at Casa. Well,
Has nothing to
half
do
the
with your
boys,
sexual chemistry.
half the boys didn't mention their partners at Casa. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
Yeah.
and then she's like, I'm happy now.
Yeah,
Weird.
she literally didn't want him yesterday. She literally didn't want him. Like, she'd been pissed off and mad at him and not wanted him for like the last 2 days or something. And now she's like, why don't you want me? Now that he picked someone else. And it's just like, and also, like, I support Jordan and literally sitting there and going, like, I feel like I made a mistake because I literally saved her from going home and she's not giving me the time of day. And it's like, We all knew you made a mistake, son. We all knew. We were all like, why did you do that?
Right. And then, okay, relevant but irrelevant. I have a question for you. On USA, they say you've been dumped from the island, and that means you're
The
going home.
same thing happened when it was Sean, the very first person who got dumped on USA. He was told you've been dumped from the villa instead of the island. This has happened again. People think it's like an Easter egg or a thing, or that Mara and Charlene are going to be back for All Stars, which maybe, probably, whatever. But I don't think they're coming back. It's like the only time I've noticed through watching 4 different versions, if you watch All Stars, of this show, from US to UK to Australia, the only time that you have not been dumped is if the word dumped is not said. If they go, you are now single and must leave the villa, or something like
Mm-hmm.
that, then, because that's exactly what happened with Ellie and Samraj. They were told,
Okay.
you must now leave the villa. They didn't tell them
Mm-hmm.
you've been dumped from the villa or the island. They said, you must now leave. I saw it happen before on another season of Australia where they said, you must now leave the villa. She walked out of the villa without her suitcase, without anything. Hello. And then out front was a guy waiting to go on a date with her.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
it's only ever been when they don't say the word dumped that you're not
Gotcha.
dumped. So they're gone. I fully believe they are gone. I don't think they're coming back. I don't think it's an Easter egg because, again, it happened exactly the same at the beginning of the USA season. That they told that guy, Sean, you have been dumped from the villa instead of the island, and everyone was bringing that up, and they were like, I don't think he's really dumped. And I was like, he's gone. And he was gone. So
Mm-hmm.
that's my 2
Okay.
pence as a Love Island scholar.
Yeah. I mean, usually if they were going to come back, they would have come back the next episode. But I just wanted to gain some clarity on that because I had written that down for the last episode that we had
Yeah.
watched. And I was like, wait, they didn't say dump from the island. They said dump from the villa. So there we go. Thank you for clearing that up for me. I knew you were the right person to ask.
Yes, I was. You're welcome.
I want to say back to the Martha thing. I knew she was shady when she was talking about how Aidan sleeps while they were all getting dressed. That was like a low-key dig. She's like, "Oh, did he sleep with you with like his leg on top of you like he usually does?" Why are we talking about that?
This girl.
It's rubbing me the wrong way. I don't like it. And you know, I was a Priya hater at the beginning. But don't do my girl like that. Don't do it.
It's giving Kenzie. It's like, only we can talk about her like that.
Yes.
I also really am. If Aidan fucks her over, which also part of me is like, Pia, that's your bad for going for Aidan. Just saying. Um, and again, I do think still she should have gone home a while ago. There's no one really, really in there for her. I do not think her and Aidan will last more than a couple of months. If they do, my mind will be fucking blown.
I think it could be like a what's her name? Crap.
What's whose name?
From All Stars. Last All
Ekin-Su and
Stars.
Curtis?
No. Lucinda. I think it'll be a Lucinda and is that Sean?
Lucinda and Sean, who are still together, you think it's gonna be like that?
It might be. I'm just being a hopeful person. But everyone thought that they weren't going to last as long as they have been, and they're still together.
Well, I thought they really liked each other. No, I'm a liar. I thought she was playing him. I really did. But, whatever. They say you should be in a relationship with someone who loves you more, and I believe that Sean really liked her. I believed that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Martha and Julia came into the villa with negative energy, and I've seen lots of bombshells come in. Even on USA, the girls all straight up got into a fight with each other, like, immediately. And then, like, that night or in the morning, patched it up so quick. It was literally like, it's not you, it's him. Like, everyone was like, sorry, we got heated. She's like, sorry, I got heated. All the other girls are going, sorry, we got heated. Like, and I just think, again, I just noticed Mara kind of seamlessly blended in with the group, was hanging out with a lot of OGs immediately, and the other girls, like, were like, no. Charlene, I
Yeah.
don't think was as aggressive as the other girls, but I do think they were in her ear and affecting how she acted, to be fair.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
Charlene seems like a sweetie, but then also she said some questionable things. I don't know. My first impression is I don't know that me and those girls will get along. And maybe that's why I'm still like, I can't get on your side. Do I think I would get along with Lola either? I don't know. I don't know, Lola. She keeps like kind of getting me, then losing me. Cause like she was really upset after the game, and I was like, I'd be upset too. But then she started talking about how Julia wanted airtime, regardless of whether or not it's true. It's just like, ooh, the producers don't like you, babe. The producers don't like you. They don't bring that up into the edit stuff about the show unless they hate you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because they know that's going to rub the public a certain way. Um, I understand why she was so livid with Sean. Like, she literally said to him, if I ask you for anything, and she said, I haven't asked you for one single thing, please don't do this to me. She was like, I can't handle it. And it did sound extra bitchy when she said to him, no, I'm glad I didn't get in the way of you doing what you wanted to do, and you did your thing that you wanted to do. And then Sean rolled his eyes into outer space. And I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh. Personally, whether or not this is a scam ship will be decided for me on how the rest of this fight plays out.
Mm-hmm.
If they literally patch it, like gloss it over like it was nothing, scam ship. If this is a fight that goes on for a while and gets really passionate and heated and back and forth, I think they're real.
That's fair.
Because if this is something that like has a lot of back and forth for them,
Mm-hmm.
oh my god. These animals have the zoomies so hardcore, I can't not get distracted by them. They just went flying.
They be flying.
Flying cats right out the door, jumping over stuff. It's so funny. Oh my god. Um, but yeah, for me, that would be my test of whether or not they're a scam ship. Because if she just glosses it over and acts like nothing's wrong, then I think she's just there to try and get the money. Sorry, hun, you're not touching it. Everyone's not into it. And yeah, I also think it's a bad look for her because I don't know that she realizes how little airtime she's been getting. And so no one's really seen any other part of her personality besides the fact that she fucking hates Julia.
Right. Which is why we're saying it's not a good look for her.
Yeah. What do you think of how Lorenzo talked to Julia after everything was said and done? When did he go to the terrace with her? Yeah, he said, fuck it, let's go to the
Yeah.
terrace.
Went to the terrace and he was like, I actually really like how you held your own. And I mean, I knew he was going to like that. I am glad that he still realizes that there are some things that he doesn't like and is like, that's a little bit much for me. Do I think it'll eventually outweigh the good? Yes. So I'm just waiting for it to take its course, and it is what it is.
Yeah, I think I was really shocked at first when he was like, you explain yourself so well. I really like that. Da, 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 da. I was like, oh, this is not at all what I was expecting him to say. And then he went, but you
Mm-hmm.
lost me for a while there. And if this keeps coming back up, you'll probably lose me. And I'm like, fair enough. Because again, I'm just not a confrontational person. And when something doesn't get smoothed over, not, no, that's the wrong way. That's not what I'm trying to say. When something is brought up and then shut down, I'm not going to keep harping about it. Because I think I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned yesterday that like there's a coworker I don't get along with, but I'm just like, I'm not gonna like get into fights with you, no matter
Right.
how much I want to. Because every single day he unboxes stuff and leaves his boxes in the front of the space that I'm in charge of in our hospitality business. which is the entrance, leaves empty boxes in the front, doesn't break them down, doesn't take them to the trash, obviously expects someone else to take care of something that he started doing. It makes me want to freak out so bad. Like, after months, I'm like, I'm going to have an actual meltdown. And so yesterday I just shouted boxes as soon as he was nearby and he knew he could hear me. It was like my favorite. And then he just beelined away from me. And I'm like, I know you know. But
Mm-hmm.
also, like I said, I've raised my complaints about him. I'm not going to keep complaining, because one of the things that rubs me the wrong way is that this person is a complainer and will keep bringing up the same things over and over and over again, and he feels like such an energy stealer because almost all he does is complain. So then it's also the opposite, where I'm just like, I'm not gonna complain, I just gotta like let it go, because like it's already too much negative energy floating around, it's not needed. However, when you do something like leave trash around every single shift, that's a different thing to bring up all the time if it's something that's consistently happening over and over. Fitzy and Julia aren't constantly flirting with each other and she's trying to warn her or something. So for me, like, that's different. It's different. If the same thing was happening over and over again, which her complaining about how Lola acts, or Lola complaining about Julia constantly bringing up the thing, I kind of understand more because it's the same thing over and over. I've lost track of myself. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up.
It's okay. I
So
hear you.
I
I get it.
understand uh what's his name's point of view. But please, Julia, stop begging this man who's probably on the spectrum to stop being so spectrumy.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. He's just living his life. He's not gonna make you coffee. He's not gonna be more affectionate. It does not click in his brain. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. He's
No.
gonna be
I
him, and you
think
gotta love him or not.
right. And well, out of context, but kind of relevant. The only thing that Yulia said that made me laugh was, and I texted you about it, what's love got to do with the coffee? Nothing. And I'll leave it at that.
And also when she said, "Don't hate the player, hate the game," I was like, "Girl, what?
Girl, what that one? What are you talking about?
Please stop."
Please stop.
Oh God. But I will say, I do think, I know that it happens every year. Someone gets diagnosed by the internet. However, we'll just say my credentials are, I've got a lot of neurospicy friends. My parents are both diagnosed autistic. My little brother is autistic. I think Lorenzo's on the spectrum. He reminds me of how I used to beg my dad for hugs when I was a kid, and then I found out later that he's autistic, and I'm like, well, this all makes sense now. Hates hugs. Hates them.
Well,
Doesn't hate me, hates hugs.
I'm certifiable. I literally have a teaching license for children and adults with special needs. I'm a special education teacher. So even though I do not diagnose, I know the signs and the symptoms. Thank you.
We love Lorenzo. We love him to death.
Yes.
He's so
In
funny.
this house.
In this house, we love Lorenzo. And that's the tea.
That's the tea.
Oh my gosh. We crossed 5,000 streams yesterday, so thank you so much, everybody who's been listening. Thanks for putting up with us. Especially if you're on Team Julia, thanks for putting up with us. And I promise we are continuously trying to figure out what's going on inside that head of hers. If anything, we really don't like Martha. Julia is less of a issue. It's just kind of like, why do you keep bringing this up, girl?
Yeah, it's just like you're beating a dead horse.
And also, if there are any Kevin lovers who have stuck around, I'm shocked, but thank you. Because we mad at that man.
Oh my gosh. When Ian was like, now show me insincerity, and immediately Kevin started speaking. I was like, Ian, stop.
He's eating them alive this year, truly.
Truly. We do have, well, there was a public vote.
Oh! I forgot to mention that I could feel that brewing the entire episode. I was like, they're gonna have a public vote now. They're gonna have a public vote now. I
Yeah.
think Lola and Fitzy in the bottom, Martha and Jordan in the bottom, and maybe Yasmin? No, I feel like it would have to be a couple that's gonna get forgotten about. That's going to end up in the bottom. And so that's why I'm saying Yasmin and Tommy, because I don't think they're getting a lot of screen time. So they might be the third couple in the bottom. Yulia's not touching the bottom. There's too many people. There's Facebook moms plotting to keep her on top. She's not going to be in the bottom. And too many people love Lorenzo because it's a couple vote. It's not about favorite boy, favorite girl.
True. Um, I meant to talk about Tommy and Yasmin actually. So I take back that that's not the tea. That's not all the tea. I will say
Oh,
just one last bit about how Tommy and Yasmin were talking, and he goes, "I think we would be good. We would benefit from a test." And then they
yeah.
immediately were like, "Actually, no. We don't want to see each other talking to other people." But the fact that Tommy brought that up was a little bit of a red flag for me. And that's the
Yeah.
tea.
And that's the tea. And there's bombshells coming in today. So we're going to find
Oh, I
out
didn't know that.
real quick who's legit and who's not. Aidan. What? Huh? Huh?
Yeah, truly. Honestly.
Um, yeah, those are my predictions for the bottom. Is Lola and Fitzy for sure. Martha and Jordan probably. And then yeah, I think Yasmin and Tommy might go to the bottom. I think Lorenzo and Julia are probably going to end up being favorite couple because Lorenzo's already favorite boy as a standard. Julia has all these people backing her on top of it. So I think that they might get to pick, which I don't think Lola and Fitzy will go home. I don't know what's gonna happen because then if Martha's in the bottom, I think Julia's gonna fight hard for her. So that's really gonna be interesting seeing what happens. Or my other prediction was that the bottom couple would be dumped immediately and then they would have to pick either two islanders or a couple to save.
That's what my prediction was as well, that they would have to save one couple. Um,
Oh, of
and
three
actually of three, and
and
then
dump two
send home the
couples.
yes, because we're getting close. We're getting down to the wire now. That's why
Yeah.
I'm like, why are we bringing in bombshells? We don't have enough
Yeah.
time
Well,
for this.
these are probably the last bombshells. These are usually the last ones.
That makes sense. I do think Lola and Fitzy will be in the bottom. Who
Mm.
else? Jordan and Martha. And yeah, I guess Tommy and Yasmin, because they're kind of not memorable. Or Aidan and Priya, since both of them were in the bottom for
Favorite boy, favorite
that.
girl?
Yes.
Yeah, it just depends on
And
how
that
much
was
people
brought up.
want. Yeah. I think it would just depend on how much people want to protect either of them at this point. That's why I feel like it would be almost more likely that Yasmin and Tommy would be down there because they would kind of get like, because when you're voting for who is your favorite, you're voting for who you want to make sure is safe. And so I feel like
Mm-hmm.
Yasmin and Tommy would be the most easily forgotten or be the like people would bank on them being safe and then vote for other people and just be like, they're fine. I need to make sure to protect Ellie. I need to make sure to protect Jasmine. I need to make sure to protect Lorenzo. I need to make sure to protect Angelista. Like people are concerned about them on the regular / love Ellie on the regular. So
Right.
that's what I'll be thinking. And if you want to share what you be thinking, which by the way, we've gotten a few Apple ratings coming in. If you would love to attach a review to that rating so we know what you would like to see more or less of from us, that would be nice because all of them were just ratings, no reviews. And we're curious because on Apple we're at a 3.8, but on Spotify we are on a straight up 5 stars. So we'd love to actually hear what you're thinking. You can share with us. If not
Mm-hmm.
through an Apple review or a comment on Spotify, where can people find us, Mimi?
You can find us on Instagram or TikTok at Love Island Tea Time. And you can also follow us on X, aka Twitter, at capital LI Tea Time Pod.
Woo, woo. I don't know what just came out of me. Anyway,
That's
if
okay.
you message on Twitter or Instagram, you're gonna be reaching me. If you message on TikTok, you're gonna be reaching Mimi. But yeah, we'd love to hear from you. We enjoy hearing from you, and you'll hear from us tomorrow. But until then, bye.
Bye.